Rickie Fowler wasn't just another golfer. He was the sensation who turned heads with his vibrant style and fearless play. But after bursting onto the PGA Tour as a rising star, things have taken a puzzling turn. From top 10 finishes and Ryder Cup heroics to barely making the cut and sliding out of the world rankings. What really happened to Rickie Fowler? Is this the end of his journey, or is there a surprising comeback story waiting to unfold? To understand the fall, we first need to go back to the beginning. Rickie Fowler's story starts in the small town of Murrieta, California back in 1988. Born to Lynn and Rod Fowler, Rickie wasn't introduced to golf right away. In fact, his first love was motocross, influenced by his father Rod, a former professional dirt bike racer who had triumphed at the Baja 1000 in 1986. From an early age, Rickie was drawn to the thrill of racing, but his fate would soon take a different course. It wasn't until Rickie was 3 that his Japanese grandfather handed him his first golf club and took him to the local driving range. But even then, motocross was his main passion, and he quickly developed a rebellious thrill-seeking personality. By age 7, Rickie was already a fearless motocross rider, and it seemed like his future was set in stone. That is, until a tragic twist came along. Right before starting high school, a severe accident left him with broken bones in his foot, effectively ending his motocross dreams. Devastated but determined, Rickie decided to channel all that energy into golf, a sport he had only casually played before. He started practicing religiously at the local range, where his father, who owned a trucking business, would barter for free golf balls just so Rickie could keep swinging. And swing he did. By the age of 12, Rickie had already shot around under 70-something most adults can only dream of. It was clear that he had a rare talent, but this was just the beginning. High school would be where his golfing skills truly began to shine, leading him down a path no one could have predicted. But how did this motocross-loving kid turn into one of the most promising young golfers in the country? That's where things get interesting. The time Rickie Fowler reached his senior year in high school in 2007, he was already making waves. Known for his bold style and fearless approach, Rickie's talent was undeniable. That year, he led his team to the state finals, showcasing his skill and dedication on a whole new level. He was soon recruited to play golf for Oklahoma State University, where he adopted the orange Sunday outfit that would become his signature look, a nod to his college colors that instantly made him stand out. Rickie's amateur career took off rapidly. He represented the U.S. in the Walker Cup in 2007, winning 3 of his 4 matches. Later that year, he claimed the prestigious Sunahana Amateur and the Players Amateur, marking him as one of the most promising young talents in golf. In 2008, he defended his Sunahana title and went on to qualify for the U.S. Open, where he was one of only 3 amateurs to make the cut, a rare feat that earned him national attention. But it was his 2009 debut on the PGA Tour that sealed his reputation. Straight out of qualifying school, Rickie joined the tour and turned heads, finishing 7th in his first event, landing a 3rd-place finish just weeks later. His bright outfits and fearless play style made him a fan favorite, and at just 21, he became the youngest ever U.S. Ryder Cup player, officially putting Rickie Fowler on the map. It seemed like nothing could stop him, but was his meteoric rise setting him up for an even bigger fall? In 2010, Rickie Fowler had officially arrived. His rookie season on the PGA Tour was nothing short of spectacular, making an immediate impact with his vibrant style and fearless play. He racked up 7 top 10 finishes, including runner-up spots at the Waste Management Phoenix Open and the Memorial Tournament. At just 21, he wasn't just a golfer, he was a sensation. His charisma and youthful confidence had fans buzzing, and it wasn't long before big brands came knocking. Puma signed him for a clothing sponsorship, sealing his place as a standout personality on the tour. Then came a major milestone. Rickie was named the PGA Tour Rookie of the Year, beating out none other than Rory McIlroy. It was a controversial decision, but it highlighted just how much Rickie had captured the attention of golf fans and experts alike. In 2012, he finally notched his first PGA Tour win at the Wells Fargo Championship, clinching victory in a thrilling, sudden death playoff against Rory McIlroy and DA points. It was a moment that confirmed Rickie wasn't just a flashy player, he could handle the pressure and win when it mattered. The excitement didn't stop there. In 2014, Fowler achieved something incredible. He finished in the top 5 of all 4 majors, joining an elite list that includes only Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods. Yet despite his stellar performances, he couldn't quite grab that elusive major title. The golf world was left asking how long before Rickie Fowler steps into the winner's circle at a major championship. It felt like just a matter of time, but what came next would take everyone by surprise. By 2015, Rickie Fowler had reached a new level. It was his breakthrough year. He silenced all the critics and fulfilled the immense promise he'd shown early in his career. Starting with a stunning comeback at the Players' Championship, Rickie played the final 6 holes in just 6 under par, including an eagle at the 16th. He battled through a playoff against Sergio Garcia and Kevin Kisner, draining clutch putts to claim the victory. This wasn't just any win, it was the defining moment that proved Rickie could deliver when the pressure was at its highest. But Rickie wasn't done yet. He followed it up with another win at the Scottish Open and clinched the Deutsche Bank Championship, edging out Henrik Stenson by a single stroke. By the end of the season, he had 3 wins, 7 top 10 finishes, and pocketed a whopping $5.7 million in earnings. It was his most successful year on the PGA Tour, and he skyrocketed into the world's top 10 rankings. The hype was real, and everyone believed Fowler was on the brink of major championship glory. However, the heightened expectations brought a new kind of pressure. Despite consistently strong performances, the elusive major title remained out of reach. Golf fans and analysts started asking, was this just the beginning of Rickie's peak, or had we already seen the best of him? Little did they know, the road ahead was about to get much bumpier. After the heights of 2015, Rickie Fowler seemed poised for superstardom. But as the seasons rolled on, cracks started to appear in his game. The once reliable putter that had carried him through countless clutch moments began to falter. By 2018, the statistics told a concerning story. His putting average slipped outside the top 50, a far cry from his peak when he was one of the best on the greens. The struggle wasn't limited to just one part of his game. Rickie's driving accuracy also took a nosedive, falling to 127th on the PGA Tour in 2019. With each missed fairway and each 3-putt, it became clear that something was off. His best finish in a major that year was a disappointing T49 at the PGA Championship, a far cry from the days when he was consistently in the hunt. For fans and analysts, the decline was puzzling. Here was a player who had everything: talent, charisma, and a picture-perfect swing. What had gone wrong? Some blamed the constant swing changes and coaching adjustments. Others pointed to the pressure of expectations. Either way, the once bright star of Rickie Fowler seemed to be dimming, and questions loomed about whether he could ever find his way back. But the journey wasn't over yet. By 2021, it was clear Rickie Fowler was no longer the player fans had come to admire, but he wasn't ready to fade away without a fight. Determined to regain his form, Rickie went back to the drawing board, making yet another coaching change and reuniting with swing coach Butch Harmon. The goal was simple: strip away the complexities and rediscover the fluid, effortless swing that once made him a star. Early signs of resurgence came in 2022. At the CJ Cup, Rickie showed flashes of his old brilliance, finishing in the top 10 for the first time in over a year. He followed that with a solid performance at the Zozo Championship, where he carted rounds in the 60s, reminding everyone of the talent that once made him a household name. But the journey wasn't smooth. A missed cut at the Masters highlighted just how inconsistent his game still was. Despite the ups and downs, Rickie's resilience was evident. He started working tirelessly on his putting stroke, aiming to rebuild the confidence that had carried him through so many tight spots in the past. For every setback, there was a moment of hope, and fans began to wonder, could this be the start of a true comeback story? As Rickie's efforts continued, the question lingered. Was this a temporary spark or the start of a new chapter in his career? Rickie Fowler's career has been a tale of brilliant setbacks and resilience. From a prodigy with a bright future to a player fighting to regain his former glory, his journey has kept fans on the edge of their seats. But with every challenge, Rickie has shown a spark of hope, a reminder that his story isn't over yet. So, what do you think? Can Rickie Fowler make a full comeback and reclaim his place among golf's elite? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the world of golf legends.